Regarding Jobs' career history, we must say that after returning from India, Jobs returned to Atari. His job was to build an electronic board for an Atari game called Breakout. According to Nolan Bushnell, a $100 prize was awarded for each chip that was removed from the original device during the design process. Steve, who had little knowledge of electronic circuit design, promised Steve Wozniak that if Wozniak could design an orbit with a minimum number of chips, they would share the prize they received from Atari. The project was completed, and to the astonishment of Atari officials, Wozniak was able to reduce the number of chips used in the final machine by 50. Unfortunately, Wozniak had done the design so tightly that it was not possible to produce the final machine on the assembly line at the time. However, Jobs told Wozniak that Atari paid only $700 of the price if the entire $5,000 price had been paid, and suggested that Wozniak pay half of that $350 for what he did to take. After knowing the truth, Wozniak said in an interview that this was a small matter. Jobs needed the money and he did not tell me the truth. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. In 1971, Steve Wozniak, American computer engineer, inventor, and scientist who co-founded Apple in 1976 at the age of 26 with Ronald Wayne and Steve Jobs, was inspired by the Blue Box articles. The Blue Box was a system that could control specific calls by generating specific signals and routing signals over the T&AT network, allowing remote calls to be made for free. I have never built an orbit to be so proud of. I still think my job was great, says Wozniak. Steve Jobs also came up with the idea of selling it. The cost of making each blue box was $40, and Jobs decided to sell it for $150. Jobs says, "We made about 100 blue boxes and sold almost all of them. I'm 100% sure that if it weren't for those blue boxes, there would be no Apple." Jobs later said, "Wozniak and I learned how to work together. We made sure we could solve technical problems and really produce something." After leaving Apple, Jobs founded another computer company called Next in 1985 with a capital of $7 million. Jobs built the powerful Next computer in 1989. Although the company was not able to sell the Next PC in large volumes, it did have a distinctive feature. The first web browser was built on it. Next PC software was the basis of today's Macintosh and iPhone operating systems. In 1986, Jobs bought an animation company from George Lucas, later renamed Pixar Animation Studio. Believing in Pixar's capabilities, Jobs invested $50 million in the company. The company made popular films such as Toy Story, In Search of Nemo, and The Wonders. Pixar films grossed a total of $4 billion for the company. The company merged with Walt Disney in 2006, and Jobs became the largest shareholder in Disney. Despite the success of Pixar, Next had difficulty selling its specialized operating systems. Apple eventually bought the company in 1996 for $429 million. The following year, Steve Jobs became Apple CEO again. Steve Jobs, who founded Apple in the 1970s, revived the company when he returned in the 1990s. With a new management team and decisions, Jobs were able to steer Apple back on the track to success. His creative products, such as iMac, went hand in hand with effective branding campaigns and beautiful product design, and the company's product once again caught the attention of customers.